Howdy everyone on YouTube and across cyberspace. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune into this video of mine. This is a product review of the Surefire A2 Aviator incandescent flashlight. And that's the light you see here in front of you, so let's get started here. So, in traditional Surefire fashion, it's a Type 3 finished aluminum, a Type 3 anodized aluminum body flashlight. It's got a nice aggressive knurl finish on the outside of the light that runs for the length of the tube, body tube, and it makes for a very easy to grip, very easy to hold on to design. So one of the things I look for with smaller flashlights is a good grip surface, be it rubber or in this case like anodized, knurl finish. I think that's one of the key points for a flashlight, is to have it be secure in your hand and very low risk of it falling out and slipping out. So let's see, it's momentary twist type of cap. Anyone familiar with the Surefire Z41 on the 6P or the C2 will be familiar with this type of convention. You simply twist it to turn it on, and it's got a momentary switch on the back, and that's the rubber switch boot you see there. It also has a nice nylon plastic lanyard hoop or a wrist strap hoop, so that's a nice thing to have, and a nice spring steel clip here to secure it. I use that a lot on my belt and in a holster, but also I clip it on when I pack carry this. I clip it onto a little pouch inside my backpack, and it keeps the light from falling down to the bottom of my pack. So it's kind of a nice thing to have when it comes to organizing your camping equipment and things like that. So take a look at the inside. Very nice, tight, smooth threads and tight fitting O-rings throughout, which is a trademark of all Surefire products. Here's the inside of the switch. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out how this light completely works. It's a two-mode light, and it's got a series of resistors in here that somehow activates the two modes of the switch of the light, and I just really don't know how it works. So I'm not going to bother to try and explain that. I hope some of you out there can maybe help elaborate, or maybe comment on my video and provide some detail about that, because I would really like to know. So that's the tail cap end. Let's look at the business end of the light. And how do I do this so that, here we go. I want to do this so the lamp doesn't fall out. This is the incandescent version. There's an LED version that was just recently released, but this is the incandescent version. So here is the stock Surefire lamp, and there's the back side of the driver board for the three, in this case, red LEDs. Okay, it's got a nice glass window on the front, so you don't have to worry about scratching it as readily as like a polycarbonate. And let's take a look at the body tube threads and O-rings. Again, nice Surefire quality, top quality throughout. And inside this crazy contraption here is actually the heart of the light. And by that I mean that houses the buck circuit that regulates the current going into the lamp. So unlike every other traditional incandescent flashlight that runs the filament directly from power straight from the battery, this light actually draws power from a DC-DC regulator board inside here that regulates the current going into the light. So what that means is you can go ahead and power this flashlight with 8.4 volt RCR 123 cells and not worry about destroying the filament in the lamp. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, it also regulates the light output. So you get like regulated LEDs. This one here is a regulated incandescent. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the only regulated incandescent flashlight in existence. So what that means is you get nice, steady state, constant output light from this flashlight, so long as the battery voltage remains above 5.5 volts. Okay, so that's kind of a nice thing to have. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about the cell options for this light. So by the book, Surefire only warranties the Aviator for use with RCR 123 primary cells. Okay, so these are just simple Surefire rebranded Panasonic USA made lithium batteries. If you want just a brainless, like not a brainless, if you want just a piece of cake, super easy way to power your Surefire flashlight, these are the cells to use. They're very high quality cells. But I like to use rechargeable RCR 123 cells. And those are the ones you see here. You can get these at Deal Extreme, and they're perfect. Lighthound also sells these. These are perfectly serviceable cells. Again, you're not actually powering the incandescent lamp with 8.4 volts from these cells. You're actually the DC-DC board inside here will actually drop that 8.4 volts down to about 4 volts and actually power the lamp with 4 volts. So you don't have to worry about blowing your incandescent light with these cells. And so that's a really nice thing to have. Okay, so let's drop the cells in and show you the user interface, how all the parts come together. And there we go, pretty straightforward, uneventful, right? Okay, so the nice thing about this light is it's an incandescent and it's a 2-mode LED. It's a 2-mode incandescent and LED. And it's a forward twist switch. It doesn't have a click. It's not a clicking type of switch, but you press lightly and you get nice red LED lighting, a floody red LED lighting. Let's do this. I can shine it on the wall. So there's the red, and if you press it a little bit harder, a little more firmly, there you go. If you press it harder, a little more firmly, you get the incandescent lamp with a little halo of red from the LEDs. So it's red and incandescent. There's the red, and there's the incandescent. Okay, so let's continue this review outside and do a beam shot review. So there is the incandescent lighting from a Surefire 6P, and there is the Surefire A2 Aviator on high. There's a Surefire 6P incandescent, and there's the A2 Aviator on high. So this measured about 90 lumens in Big Cellus integration sphere. And here's the red mode. I'm not sure if you can see it. My camera can't even pick up the red color tint. There's a little bit of it on the side there, but there's the high of the A2 Aviator, and there's the Surefire 6P incandescent. So some final, I guess, closing comments. They do make Surefire just released an LED version of the A2, and I strongly encourage anybody to investigate and to look into that model as well. But you know, why would anybody want an incandescent flashlight that's $100, $120 like the A2? This A2 is. Well, I happen to be a fan of incandescent lighting. I just like the warm color tint of incandescent light bulbs, and to me it's just a natural thing to be using. I honestly have to adjust to the colder and the lower CRI type of lights like LEDs when I use them, whereas incandescent lights to me just naturally work, and it's like looking around outside, literally. So yeah, that's kind of first and foremost. But the second thing too is being a red LED light. It's a low output, and it's really soft and really easy on my night dilated vision. So if you've got like kids that are constantly waking up at night, or if you're like me, a light sleeper, and you need, you know, a way to navigate around the house at night, you know, with night adapted vision, you know, this is a perfectly good solution for that type of thing. So anyhow, thanks again for taking the time to tune into this video, and hope you guys find this information useful. Thanks.